At CrossFit Lincoln, our passion is positively impacting and changing lives by creating a strong, brave, healthy community through education. We talk about nutrition, fitness, mindset, and more. From the RoRoFlix studio, I'm Aaron Perkypile with Phil Kniep, Paul Konarski, and Emily Breedy. Welcome to CrossFit Lincoln Connections. I'm Aaron Perkypile here with Heather Ford and Emily Breedy, and we're excited to be recording another podcast for you today. We're going to start with this. How do you take your coffee? How do you drink your coffee? Heather, we'll start with you. How do you drink your coffee?
On tap and cold brew nitro now that it's at the gym. No, I usually drink just straight black coffee.
All right.
Yeah.
But in the summertime.
In the summertime,
when
cold
it's
brew all the time. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Broken Rail Coffee Company just brought a keg of nitro cold brew to the gym.
And it's the best thing that's ever happened.
We're pretty pumped about it.
Well, it's a good thing. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Greatest thing ever. How about you, Emily?
Also, when you go, my answer might be kind of long.
Okay, well, I roast my own coffee at my house because I'm a nerd, and so we drink it with nothing in it. If you roast it well, you don't have to add anything to your coffee. If you're drinking Folgers, don't try to drink it with nothing in it. What kind of coffee do you drink?
Usually Starbucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I brew at home.
That you brew
I
at
use
home.
an AeroPress.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Emily, how about you? How do you drink your coffee?
It depends.
As soon as I asked it, I knew I should have finished my answer because it depends for me too. When I'm at home,
Yeah.
it's black. All right, tell me about it depends.
It depends. If I'm going to go order it somewhere, I try to ask the barista what their favorite thing is. And if it sounds nice, I'll get that. And if it doesn't, I'll make them feel really bad and get something else. No, but the other day I tried a cortado. And because I saw these cute little glasses with some stuff in it. And then they get another glass with some stuff, like a sparkling water in it. I was like, that looks really cool. And so I tried it, and it was really good. It's maybe like a mini latte.
Yeah.
And it's really thick and creamy and doesn't have too much milk in it. It's just enough to get the caffeine. And then I have this other cool little glass of sparkling water. It's pretty neat. So
Very fancy.
I felt really cool.
Where was that at?
That was at Method.
Okay.
Yeah. I was way too cool for me.
Now, I've seen you order an oat milk latte. Tell me about that versus why not almond milk or coconut milk or regular milk?
Well, I don't currently do that anymore. When I did do it, right now, yeah. When I did do it, it was because I was eating almonds and almond butter, and I felt like I was getting enough nuts. And so I tried oat milk, and it made the lattes taste better. It mimicked milk a little bit better, the creaminess and texture and stuff like that. So that's why I was drinking the oat milk.
Did you stop because it was inhumane to oats?
No, I stopped because I started eating oatmeal.
Okay.
And so I was starting to chew my oats versus drink it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to stray away from any milk in my coffee. So for the most part, I drink it black. I don't put any milk in it anymore. So.
And where do you get your beans from? Because I know you use an AeroPress too. Yeah,
I use an AeroPress. I got a batch from Archetype Coffee in Omaha, and then just recently got Open Harvest has bulk coffee, and so I got Cultiva beans in the bulk coffee, and that way I don't have to use a bag or any materials. I can just go fill up my own container with beans, and they got a grinder right there as well. So.
Sure.
Nice.
So talk to me a little bit more. Why do you drink your coffee black? Why don't you put some cream in it? Or, sometimes you have some that has some milk in it, but why do you not on a regular basis drink it with cream or creamer or some sugar in it? Or stevia, or literally there's like 17 different things you can put in it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy chewing my calories. So milk, any type of milk, has calories and things in it, and I would rather eat the actual food. And then as far as sugar or any sweetener, I try to stay away from that, as I have some sort of sugar addiction, and so anything I eat that's sweet just kind of encourages me to continue to eat sweet things. So I try not to eat any sugar or anything like that in my coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing, just in a different way. I don't want to drink my calories.
Yeah.
And I've just, when you go get a coffee at some place, maybe you get the almond milk or the coconut milk or whatever, but those usually have sugar in them. So you can buy those things without sugar, but at the coffee shops, they don't usually have them without sugar. So
it tastes better with sugar.
it tastes better with sugar for sure. And even, the syrups, the skinny syrups still have a sugar product in them. So something like stevia or Splenda. So again, it's activating that sweetness taste in your mouth, and it makes you want more of it. So if you can avoid it in little things like coffee, that's just one less place to get that.
Can I add to my answer?
Yes.
I also enjoy the taste of the coffee, and I try
Yeah.
to savor that and taste the different notes of chocolate and
I love
nuts and
coffee
berries.
so much.
I agree. So that was going to be my answer. That was going to be my
Did it
answer.
on purpose.
Yeah. Stealing my answer. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is if you are drinking coffee that tastes terrible without anything in it, then you need to spend your money not on the creamer but on better coffee.
Yeah.
So source your coffee better.
So, can I relate that to nutrition?
Yes.
I feel like this is a good segue, but it's the same thing with food. If you need to add a bunch of sauces, a bunch of ketchup, or seasonings or anything like that to your food in order for it to taste better, maybe think about the ingredients that you're using in the first place. And if you have better ingredients, you might not need to add all that sugar, all that calories, extra stuff to your food. For example, Nebraska, we like steak, right? If you have a really good steak and someone in your family puts sauce on it, you're like, oh, what are you doing? Like, it's a really good steak. Like, just eat it plain. It's the same thing with coffee and any other food is if you have great ingredients cooked well, you don't need to add a bunch of sugary crap to it.
If I drink my coffee with creamer and or sugar in it, should I immediately go straight to black coffee?
No.
Okay.
Probably won't work out.
I lived this scenario, actually. I started working at a coffee shop quite a while ago. But anyways, I didn't like coffee, so they had Ivana was next door. And so they made a shake with Ivana ice cream and espresso. It was like 8 scoops of ice cream and like
Sounds
a shot of
amazing.
espresso. It was terrible for you, but that was the only way I liked my coffee. And so over the last, it was 2008, over the last like 12 years, I've progressed from basically eating ice cream and thinking I was drinking coffee to now I can have an Americano, which is just like espresso and water. So during that time, I like phased out. I had the sugary syrups and the milk and everything like that. And kind of like progress from there. So I didn't just drink black coffee because at the time it was disgusting. So
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. If you said you had to go straight to black coffee, it can be rough.
Yeah.
It can be rough.
Yeah.
But you start to pare it back. And again, sourcing it right, sourcing it well, and then just trying different things. Things with less milk in it, things with less sugar in it.
I
Different
guess-
roasts.
Yeah, if you go somewhere and you want to have creamer or something flavoring in it, ask for it separate and then add your own. Add a little bit, taste it, see if you like it. Add a little bit more, taste it, see if you like it. And I have coworkers who they know how long I've been drinking coffee black, and so they'll come to me and they're like, "Hey, my coffee is almost coffee. Like it's almost brown." And I'm like, "You're doing great."
yeah, it's like you're drinking milk with coffee
Yeah.
in it. And then,
And I'm like, "That's awesome."
yeah, you can also think of it if you're adding a bunch of stuff to your coffee because you don't like the taste. Maybe why are you drinking coffee in the first place?
Well, there's that too.
So if you don't actually like coffee, I feel like maybe you're drinking it because you're tired, and if you solve that problem, you might not have to drink it in the first place.
Yeah.
So.
The Beastie Boys say that they like their sugar with coffee and cream. I just thought you should know that.
I mean, I
awesome.
didn't.
That was
but-
on today at the gym.
Yeah. It's on almost every morning, at least once per class. I think this is also a good kind of segue into a lot of people drink sugary beverages or like diet sodas or diet beverages, something like that.
Diet soda has sugar, Aaron?
It doesn't have sugar in it, but does it?
No.
Okay, it doesn't. So just, I know we've probably talked about this before too, but similar scenario, if I drink 5 cans of soda a day or diet soda a day, should I just stop abruptly and go right into drinking something else? And if I should, what is that other something else I should be drinking?
What is the reason you're drinking the diet soda in the first place?
Because it tastes amazing.
Okay. Interesting. I think sometimes it's because of the caffeine too. But yeah, I mean, don't just give it up all at once. If you have 5 a day, maybe have 4 a day and a glass of water instead, and progress for a week or 2 or a month, and then maybe try to have 3 and 2 glasses of water or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing it for the caffeine, maybe you could try and have a cup of coffee in the morning.
Coffee's gross.
Mostly.
What if I said that?
Maybe you could cut it down, like she said, gradually. You're going to get headaches anytime you cut back on caffeine. So the water, adding in more water is going to help with that. But yeah, I think, and I wanted to bring up the whole diet soda thing. I know that I have a lot of people that think that diet soda is better than regular soda. And what do you guys think about that?
Sounds like you have an opinion.
Where's Ronnie? We had a little talk about this last time.
Yeah, so I mean, diet sodas have sugar substitutes in them. And again, that's sweet, but also sugar substitutes, honey, all that stuff kind of reacts in your body the same way. So it's maybe you're not drinking straight cane sugar, but it's still just really not that good for you. So that's my opinion on that. Yeah.
If you are drinking a bunch of diet soda, you probably don't have enough room for actual water. So my guess is they're dehydrated. So one thing, making sure you get enough water. And another thing, drinking any sort of alternative sweetener or eating, something that's sweetened with something other than sugar, it still makes you crave sugar. Mm-hmm. So if you drink a diet soda, a little bit later, you're craving sugar, but you don't have a diet soda, but there's some donuts in the office or something like that, that craving is still there and that temptation. So I understand the soda doesn't have what you would call the bad sugar, but it's going to continue to trick your brain to think that you want it and you need it.
Yep.
So
yeah, in some ways you've already made these decisions, like I'm going to eat well, I'm going to drink things that are better for me, but I have that diet soda, and then it's going to make it harder. It starts to chip away at that resolve that you kind of came to, that said I'm not going to eat those things, and it's going to make it a whole lot harder to say no later.
Yeah. If you had a nutrition client come to you and they said they drank diet soda, would you tell them to stop drinking it right away?
I'd want to know how much. It depends. It depends on how much they're drinking. Depends on how much they're drinking and how quick. Oh, thank you. How much they're drinking and how quickly they want to see results, and what's the time frame we have to work with. But generally, you can stair step it down, similar to going from eating ice cream with a shot of espresso down to black coffee.
8 scoops.
Yeah, it might take
with
8
a
years.
shot of
Right.
espresso.
That sounds like a delicious.
It was so
shake.
good. They stopped making it because it ended up being too expensive to make. Like, Ivana cone ice cream's good, but it's pretty expensive per scoop. And so it was like $10 just to get a little caffeine.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I like it. I want to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just taking stair steps, baby steps down.
I think we would focus on drinking more water.
Yeah.
Not necessarily talking about cutting back the soda. Let's focus on drinking more water and then see where that puts you. Maybe it's going to make you want to drink the soda less. Maybe it's not. But once you get established drinking water, then cutting back on a soda is going to be a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to get the amount of water that you need while drinking as much soda as you want to drink.
Right.
So, focusing on the positive of...
Yeah, on the flip side, if you're drinking a lot of water, it's hard to find space to fit in a soda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I eat a lot of veggies, it's going to be hard for me to have space to fit in sugary donuts, yeah, or cookies or whatever. Like you might still crave them, but you're gonna have less space for them.
Yeah.
You know, my family's motto is and was when I was growing up about ice cream. You said that.
Fills in the cracks.
It fills in the cracks.
100.
I know. My boys say that all the time because my father tells them, we always have room for ice cream. It fills in the cracks. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it doesn't.
But it does.
We still eat ice cream.
Yeah.
Just not.
I actually
Every
want
day.
a doctor to disprove that. If there's any like dietitian or doctory people
Yeah.
out there,
Let's do an experiment.
if you could show us the anatomy of ice cream and if it really does fill in these cracks, I would really like to see that information to give to my grandma and my family.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Scientific as evidence.
Email us at info@crossfitlincoln.com if you have scientific evidence that refutes or proves that yes, it does fill in said
I
cracks.
guess we could be proved wrong.
The ice cream does, yeah. Anything else before we go?
I don't know. I like this one.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite ice cream?
It depends. No, there's a good one. Like a coconut bliss is the brand. It's coconut milk base, and there's like a chocolate one with pieces of chocolate and stuff in there. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Awesome. How about you? What's your favorite ice cream?
I don't really know, but since we've been talking about Ivana, they make a cinnamon ice cream, and that's pretty fantastic. It tastes like a churro with whipped cream on top.
Yeah.
What about you, Aaron?
I don't eat ice cream because I'm a nutrition coach.
No, that's not true.
That is
Lies.
not
Fake
true.
news.
I am not picky. I'm not picky.
Never
So-
met an ice cream you didn't like.
But-
Exactly.
I think that's a good point. As nutrition coaches, we do eat ice cream.
Yeah,
You know,
we're human.
I don't have it every day,
No.
but I do have a place for it in my life because it's something that's out there and it's a nice little
Yeah.
treat once in a while.
How often is once in a while?
Every 7 weeks, which pairs perfectly with certain cycles in life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I'm with
are
you.
you saying if you have ice cream, then your whole nutrition plan isn't sabotaged? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I usually plan for it.
Yeah.
So I track said cycle and I know the day I'm going to need that ice cream. And so I write that in my meal plan for dinner. I put ice cream.
Yeah. So
in
you have the
there.
ice cream and then
For
you move
dinner?
on.
Oh, I love this idea.
Ice cream for dinner, popcorn for dessert.
I like it. Yeah.
Solid.
Good.
Well, thanks so much for joining us for CrossFit Lincoln Connections. Thanks, Heather and Emily, for being here today, talking about nutrition, diet beverages, water, coffee, all those good things. And
All the coffee.
All the coffee. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron.